Folks, welcome back. Yeah, you can tell the market's improving. Haircut index up 69%. 3 coupons, payment plan, $8 later. I got a haircut because we have to discuss market conditions. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax. You're watching Rudy's Emporium at the Timmy's Basement. Today, Commander Masters. I want to address a couple things going on regarding this pricing. There's a lot of drama regarding one or two of the 5 distributors have put out estimated store LGS costs, and it is assuming it's accurate, which I've contacted 3 other distributors, and they have not been able to confirm that information. So, based on that, all of this could be irrelevant. But there's another aspect to this video I'm going to discuss afterwards because it's a little touchy. But this is such a sensitive video that we're going to be talking about in a minute. Remember, everything in this video I am making up. I am speculating. There is no inside information. Everything that I'm going to discuss right now is hearsay, and I'm making it up literally as we go. Okay, so we found out, according to one distributor, they posted pricing of Commander Masters, and stores cost is $335 plus 3% credit card fees, $10 handling fees. So essentially almost $345, about $345 for a set box at an LGS cost. So essentially, these boxes are going to have to be online for like $400. And after like shipping and fees, the store nets like $350, $360 and makes like $10-20. That scares the living hell. That's scary. Because now you're telling me the bar is so high. That's a big way to fall down. If this set doesn't blows people's mind, if it doesn't blow your mind and the expected value isn't there, if the print runs too high, if the single cards can't hold it up, it's a long way to fall. Boulder's Gate was jacked up. It's like $230, $240 for a collector box wholesale instead of the previous price point, which was like way lower in the 170s. And, we saw what happened with that as poor engineering and design, and the box just free fell. So, that's the basic principle of what's going on, which is scaring a lot of stores and people. Now I'm going to move over to something else. And this is the part of the video that I am making up on the spot. I haven't talked to anybody. Everything I'm saying, I didn't talk to any other inside people, no one who works at the company, no distributors. I literally was going to the bathroom after eating Taco Bell for 4 days in a row, and I am telling you this right now with absolutely no evidence, no credibility, and me as an entertainer telling you this next part of the video. Now, I had a conversation with myself and another Timmy, and there were some interesting things swirling in our conversation between myself, and that was that Wizards of the Coast has listened, again, making this up, is aware of the overprinting and all the drama going on, and they need to find the way to reduce print runs and tighten supply, but without experiencing a loss of top-line gross revenue. Remember, Hasbro, Papa Hasbro, and Wizards of the Coast, and Cynthia Williams' almighty powerful self with Dr. Cox, these individuals don't do quarterly Hasbro conference calls and say, hey, we sold X amount of boxes. That phrase in the quantity of boxes unpacked is not really the bragging right or not really the item that's discussed. In Wall Street, all they discuss about is what was your top line, what's your bottom line, what's your margins, the whole EBITDA thing, is the top line sales going up or down? Is your margins getting squeezed by maybe expenses, inflation, or labor costs? What was your net EPS? Where are we at? What's your forward earnings? Oh, God, it's stock's overpriced. Oh, it's underpriced. Okay, wait a minute, the next 5 years, your earnings are going to be higher? Okay, your forward PE is how low? That's how Wall Street's going to look at it. Okay? So now that I've said all that, there is fake news going around in my left ball. There's not multiple left balls. Should we edit this shit out? Keep it going. Okay. Wizards is going to experiment with an idea of making a master set that's very expensive, but then reducing the supply, making it up on the spot, by 30 to 40%. Now, at first, when I had this conversation with my left nut, I was thinking about it, and I said, well, That's, doesn't make any sense. And then all this data's coming out about Commander Masters, the pricing being 30 to 40% higher than like a double Masters pricing. So essentially a $220 box is being at like $320, and that's literally about a third higher. So I thought that was quite interesting. So there is a fake news potential that me and my left nut discussed, that they may attempt to shock the system with a lower supply, but maintain the growth in revenue sales for Papa Hasbro to not make, Hasbro stock go to -0. That's a real number. And they're going to achieve this by producing less products, but then raising the price per product to keep the overall data and the cash flow the same. Now, this was interesting because if you take this approach, not only is your top line gross sales going to be the same or show your 10% growth in Hasbro and Wizards, but your margin will actually expand versus contract. So, for example, one of the things in Wall Street that General Mills or Kellogg's or Campbell's Soup, these big conglomerates, battle with, is the food costs, labor, and raw material costs tend to really expand in inflationary environments like this. So those type of companies tend to get their bottom line net profit squeezed. Top line, the CEO's like, hey, we're still selling 10% more Campbell's Soup and chicken noodle than we did last year. But then Wall Street says, well, your profit's down 50%. So while they are raising prices, maybe the expenses are outrunning the actual adjustment in pricing. So if Wizards raises the price substantially on Commander Masters, okay, remember, not saying I agree with what's happening. This is a conversation between me and my left nut. I'm making it up as we go. And again, emotion aside, we're just discussing the situation, folks. So I thought about this. And if you reduce the supply of the boxes compared to Double Masters 2022, let's say they make 30 to 40% less Commander Masters, and they raise the price 30, 40%, which may or may not happen. If this takes the path of reality, the net profit for Wizards is going to expand substantially. Because now you're talking about reducing the quantity of pallets that need to be moved from Cartamundi to Texas warehouse to distribution around the hubs in the United States for all the distributors for LGSs and big box stores like MJ Holdings, Your Ex-Girlfriend, and Washer Dry Repair Services. So I would expect if you're removing 30, 40% of that logistics, that air freight cost, that amount of pallets, that amount of wrapping the pallet, that amount of material, ink, paper, cardstock, if you strip that out, you're going to save a ton of money. And then if you just ship out 40% less and you make more money but doing less work, I can see how it can make Hasbro look very good to Wall Street. So this is an interesting approach. And we had talked about on this channel the last 2 months that I believe that Wizards' plan. This was now we're going to Rudy's opinion. Remember, everything before I said this was me, my left nut, we made it all up. Now, my opinion that we've been discussing the last 3 months since Magic 30's Happy Landing, Magic 30's Soft Landing with JPOW, I've been telling you all, if I was a corporate level of Hasbro and Wizards, what I would do is I would system shock the market. And how I would run it would be, well, everyone is pretty much saying, I like this new set. The new Phyrexia All Will Be 69 is a great set, but I'm not going to buy it because I'm waiting for the Amazon dump. Everything just goes down because the morons at Hasbro, they're so high in the ivory tower, the air is a different color, and pretty much they just think they know what they're doing. They're going to overprint it. So I'm going to wait for it to crash, then I'm going to buy this product that I like. That is a very common approach that players, collectors, and evil investors, the beautiful 3% ladies in the Magic world, in general, that's what everyone's doing. But I've been telling you all, some point in this year, they're going to jolt the market. But I didn't expect this interesting dynamic that's happening. So that is this fake news thing that I just wanted to share with everyone that you shouldn't take seriously because I'm making it up as I film this video. And I don't know if it would work. So to end this video, the final comment to you all is, let's assume my left nut has real information. If this comes to reality, in order for it to work, the market has to accept it. And I don't know if the market is willing to accept a set box of Commander Masters at $400. I don't know if the market is... Now, here's the other dynamic. One quick thing. Supposedly, this $400 set box, each pack has 3 or 4 rares in it. Or as little as 2 and as much as 4 or 5. So now you're talking about also increasing the quantity of rares or mythics. So essentially, the print run is lower because there's less boxes, but the quantity of each rare and mythic is the same or higher. Therefore, they cut the print run, but the value of each card within the box is still going to crash lower because there's more of them. They are not difficult to pull. So instead of 100,000 boxes, again, fake number, if you cut it to 60,000 boxes, but you increase the quantity of each card, or each chase card, there's no real difference except that you believe there's less sealed product on the market. You have fatter margins because of less logistics and actual cost of printing and moving and freighting and selling and blah, blah, blah. This is a very interesting approach that I didn't see coming. And to end this video again, I don't know if it will work. Because let me be very honest about the Magic community in the CCG world in 2023. How do I say this? People fucking hate Hasbro and Wizards. They fucking hate them. That's the blunt reality of it. I'm going to say it very kindly at the Chick-fil-A drive-thru here because I just had waffle fries. No, wait, I had Taco Bell. I ate them both. People have a lot of anger and emotion towards them. And I don't know if the market's going to accept that high of a price point. So it may blow up in their face. And not in a happy giggity blow up in the face. It may just be a disaster blow up in the face. There's different types of blow up in the faces. You want some, but you don't want the others. And I don't know which way the market's going to feel about this. It is a risky move. Jacking the prices higher and higher, which we saw with Magic 30, can lead to an absolute disaster. Because again, I know Magic 30 keeps coming back. Like I told you all, if I was running the corporate thing with Magic 30, I would have made exactly what they made. If we had to do it and reprint the old cards and sell proxies, the biggest thing they got wrong was the price point. And they already admitted that on a conference call. They admitted that they misstepped and overpriced. They admitted it didn't sell. They already admitted this. So there's no argument anymore about whether or not Magic 30 even sold out. They already stated it on a legally public, quarterly thing. It's been stated. It's over with. But, if that same $1,000, $1,100 Magic 30 thing had 36 packs for $1,000, I think it would have been a home run. They would have made a fortune. But, all you had to do was just cut the number of boxes and then just increase the packs. You could have just recalibrated it. So that's all I have to say today. It's an interesting thing. Friendly reminder, everything I just said in this video, I did make up in the bathroom with my left nut. I hope you learned something. The comments should be interesting. I wanted to at least share this with everybody because there's a lot of fear and anxiety right now regarding this high-priced Commander Masters. But I have a funny feeling there's more to the story because, again, there's a lot of forces at work with Hasbro's condition of their stock, the board of directors, Wizard. There's a lot of forces being pushed around, and I have a feeling that we don't know the full story, so we really got to read between the lines. You'll listen to Rudy's left nut and see what happens later this year. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a beautiful day and weekend. As always, stay away from the negativity. A lot of beautiful things in the world, beautiful people. And remember, sometimes you just need a hug. Sometimes you need a mouth hug. Sometimes you just need to sit outside and yell at cars. Have a beautiful day.